There we go. Hopefully everything's working okay. Let me just make sure my console is connected. Sorry about starting so late. I started the stream so early, but then I got some information that somebody's coming to check out our house for leaks, which has been happening for ages now, right? I think I even told Sleepodachi over here about what was happening. And yeah, apparently they want to check it now. And I'm a bit concerned that they'll be like, okay, you guys are leaking again, even though we kind of repaired the whole place. But yeah, we had a little conversation about that, which was why I was a bit slow on starting. I was like, hey, Majin, yeah, I am not too far actually. I'm right before the plate gate to go to Australia. And yes, we are going to Australia, Sleepodachi. It's been a busy couple of days. I usually try to stream every day because that's just my usual routine, right? I'll come home, relax for a bit, do what I need to do, and then I'll play some games before I turn in for the night. Unfortunately, the past few days have been extremely busy. Even though this is technically not a work day, I had to go in early in the morning and I just finish at around 9:30 p.m. So you can kind of imagine. But yeah, I wanted to start early again, and then we kind of got the notice, and I was just discussing the whole thing with my parents about what to do. Honestly, I've been thinking about tearing down this entire place and trying to repair it all over again, because I feel like no matter how many repairs we do, it's never enough, right? Or just move out. It's never enough. But yeah, I have been playing this a bit offline. Just trying to make all the Mexico areas maxed out at 5 stars, which is taking a while.
Thanks for swinging by. Oh, picked up some lost cargo.
It's never enough.
Now displaying your current porter grade.
Thanks for the assistance. Hope to see you again.
So thanks for the follow, Flamesling.
Order completed. Well done.
Oh, you speedlined. I actually played before this, Wanjin. It's just that I stopped because that was around the time where Windsmeet came in, and then I just got hooked on to where Windsmeet. But I'm like, you know what? Let me actually finish this properly. And I have a bunch of stuff that I need to deliver. But yeah, as you can kind of see, because I had work, I didn't actually have time to stream at all. And I've been spending the entirety of what little few hours I get trying to max out all of Mexico's characters, right? All of Mexico's destinations. And I do have some of the smaller prabs at 5 stars. The Boca and Lauren are both maxed out. Alex is almost there, but the others, they take quite a while. Like, I'm pretty sure I need around 4,500 or at least 5,000 for some of these guys. Oh, you never played it online? It's a very different experience playing when it releases and playing online, and playing online much later, right? Because I got it on release, the previous one, and it was a lot more difficult because people were just learning it, right? Even here, when this released and I started, it was very different. But now that I'm playing after a lot of people have played, there are structures like all over the place, and it's helping me immensely. It's considerably easier than the first one. Considerably. So let me do a little cargo check around here, because I need to check what I am carrying right now. I was pretty much just intending to take a lot of this stuff and hopefully max them out as much as I can. But now I'm like, since I'm actually streaming, even for a little while, I figured, you know what, let me just make sure we get some story progress. Hey, Flamesling. Yeah, I can kind of see that, right? And to an extent, it's kind of true. You can kind of think, like, essentially, you can break down any game into going from point A to point B, but the Death Stranding games are like, you know, that's literally what you do. We are not trying to hide it from you. The the difference here is that you actually have to pay a lot of attention to the terrain and the equipment that you need to cross. More so in the original Death Stranding, which was actually quite challenging to get from point A to point B, especially the first time. Because after you get to your specified point, you can sort of get other players' help to cross over. With Death Stranding 2, I feel like they've shaved off a lot of the rough edges. It's very, very easy in comparison. Okay, it's considerably chill, is what I would like to say. Like, even in the very first area, you have access to arguably a vehicle and a lot of people's equipment to help you along.
Your service in transporting this cargo is appreciated.
Giving some other players the equipment to deliver, because I've already maxed out those 2 inhabitants, and in doing so, other people can actually max it out by delivering themselves. And then we're just going to recycle some stuff, because I have a lot of unnecessary materials that I'm lugging around, including an extra large one. Excuse me, that's not what I wanted to do. Special alloys, chemicals. There we go. Ideally, I'll only have the few items that I need. I might replace this trekking boot because it's kind of damaged. Yeah, low-wise it makes sense because almost nobody is on the road because it's dangerous due to BTs, or essentially spirits that are crossing over from the other side, and I kind of stuck over here, which is why they call them beach things, like they're beached over here. Recycle. No, not recycle, actually fabricate. I want to make a trekking boot. And actually wear it. Make sure we are wearing a fresh pair of shoes when we set off. It might be a bit of a short stream today, unfortunately, because again, it's almost 11 p.m. and I'll have to nod off at around 12 just to make sure I'm okay for work tomorrow. As you can see, I already have a vehicle to cross, and this whole area, the whole of Mexico, which is the starting point for Death Stranding 2, essentially kind of serves as one huge tutorial. You can kind of think of it like that tutorial island in Breath of the Wild, even larger in scope though. And they make sure that a new player, at least in this game, a new player is aware of all your options on how to deal with the environment and enemies. It was not exactly much of a thing in the original Death Stranding. You had to sort of figure out how to use a lot of your own stuff. And part of the fun was from that, but I guess they were like, you know what, the players who played it already kind of know everything. We don't need to do it a second time. So we're just going to make sure any new players know exactly what's going on. And to be fair, I feel like Death Stranding 2 was received a lot more positively than Death Stranding 1. When Death Stranding 1 came out, it was very, very mixed. But when 2 came out, everyone was loving it.
Just a bit further now.
And with this gate over here, we'll be crossing over to Australia.
Okay.
Would I suggest Death Stranding to a friend? It depends on your friend, right? Is your friend open to weird experiences, is what I would say, because one of the main things I liked about Death Stranding is that it's very unique in its approach to things. Like, it's very different from any other game. Like, if your friend enjoys different experiences, they'll probably like it. they'll probably like it. And yes, Majin, not even only on PC, even on PS5, I feel like despite the fact that this is one of the earlier titles which released, it still remains arguably one of the best. I kind of felt like the same with Death Stranding 1 when it came out on PS4. Even now, when I compared this game's graphics to Resident Evil 9 that came out a few days ago, I feel like this is pretty on par. Yeah, a lot of people had very mixed opinion, right? Because this is a Hideo Kojima game, and people are like, okay, you guys are just glazing Hideo at this point. It's not really that exciting. And I can kind of see where they're coming from. It's more that there are people who genuinely enjoyed the gameplay of the first game and how unique it was. I am one of those people, and I feel like how they made it easier kind of takes away from a bit in this game, but I'm still going to complete it. And the second one was surprisingly a lot more well received, and I feel like it's mainly because they made it a lot more accessible. You have so many options in terms of firepower and transport. I'm playing on normal, and I feel like that was a bit of a mistake. It's very, very easy in comparison. Yeah, exactly. It was a refreshing experience, right? It was a very different one. And there we go. We are connecting to Australia. And this ominous looking group carrying a coffin. So this is what I mean, like, you're not exactly sure what is going on. You just better be on board for the zaniness.
I've never seen them before. They almost look like they're on a pilgrimage.
Yeah, if you are in Australia and ahead, you are way ahead of me.
Seems so. Once you extend coverage into Australia, the chiral network should afford us some additional security. Or at least allow us to maintain a record of whoever uses the gate. It bears repeating that the UCA does not intend to restrict access to it. They only want to ensure safe passage for everyone traveling between the continents. Brace yourself, Sam. It's a gatequake. Oh, and a big one at that.
Yeah, welcome to Dollman. I believe he's one of the most favorite characters in the game. I feel like anyone who's played this game loves him, right? And just for just how weird he is. I do love the fact that he operates on a completely different frame rate than the rest of the people as well. I mean, you kind of have co-op delivery missions in the same manner that you did in DS1. Like right before we left for Australia, I actually gave some cargo up that other people can deliver, right? Because I had already maxed out my relationship with those two characters, and I gave up those cargo so that another player might pick those up and then hand it in themselves, just so that they can get the same repetition up. Yeah, it's amazing, right? It kind of reminds me of the Spider-Man movies, right? The later Spider-Man animated ones, like where they use different frame rates. It's an amazing choice, really. It makes complete sense as to why a doll would kind of move jankily. Correct.
Let's make our way to the plate gate. Carefully.
Carefully. Did I leave anything back on my bike? Whoa. Honestly, I was kind of hoping that this would be a bigger part of the game. That when they revealed the trailer for this, they were like, the game's gonna have dynamic weather. You have sandstorms and avalanches and floods. And it's kind of rare that happens, and I'm wondering if it's, again, tied to difficulty. Yes, Majin, you are free to spoil me for Resident Evil 9. I have finished it completely. I'll need to go back to do a platinum run, but I have completed the journey that is Resident Evil 9. I didn't even realize it was Hunk until another viewer kind of pointed me out. I missed the tofu one, if there is a tofu one. But yeah, very bare bones. We're just gonna walk to that point, which you're gonna see, and then cross over to Australia, because we have somehow created this gate in our escapades of delivering everything over America. I had no idea it was Hunk. I'd completely forgotten about him until someone mentioned it, and then like, yeah, you know what? He kind of looks like Resident Evil 4 Remake's Hunk. Oh, it's on sale on PSN as well. I'm like, you know what? I should probably get 0 and 1 as well. Because I have the rest except for 0 and 1 on console. And yeah, if you're in for a ride like this surreal visuals and just very symbolic stuff, you're gonna have a fun time with the game. And there we go. We just crossed over from Mexico to Australia. If you're expecting actual Australia, you will be kind of disappointed though.
There should be a terminal this way. Let's keep moving.
I wouldn't be surprised if they took a bit of inspiration for that from Kojima, right? Because Kojima loves his whales. And I've never finished 0 either, Monson. I finished 1, just not 0. I've seen gameplay for it, but never quite bothered to do it myself. And yeah, this is one of the things that I was talking about. You're gonna have to take a look at the terrain you're going at. The yellow terrain means that it's gonna be a bit difficult for Sam to walk on, so I'm just gonna go around it. And the red usually means if you're going to run into it, you're going to fall over, so you better be careful. It's something most other games don't really challenge you to do. Like if you're going from point A to point B, you're just pressing the analog and moving. But here, you're kind of thinking on the route you're going to take. And our first little pocket in Australia established. By the end of the game, we'd probably be moving the entirety of this length. Not the actual Australia size though. It's a lot smaller than you might expect. And they do have a bit of reasoning for that too. Because of what's happening in the game where, just to give a bit of sit rep for all of you who are a bit unfamiliar, the concept of a Death Stranding is that the world of the living and the world of the dead are sort of intersecting, right? So you have spirits from the other world that are kind of stuck over here. And because the land of the dead doesn't actually have what we refer to as normal space-time, space and time in this world is also sort of messed up, which is the reasoning why they always say that, hey, you know what? The reason why it's so easy to walk across the entirety of the USA, for example, in the first game, is because space-time is messed up. Even though you think you might be going from one end of the map to the other in 20 minutes, in real-world time, Sam is actually taking like 3 months or something. Apparently.
Now displaying your current porter grade.
Thanks again, Sam. The chiral network connection to Australia is holding steady. And you'll be happy to hear we made it here in one piece. Just to let you know, when you come back to the DHV Magellan, our patron would like to talk to you.
The VAs and the actors, right? They're amazing. It's another reason why you should just, even if you don't play it, just watch it, right?
Order completed. Well done.
Although there's a bit of a horror element to it, I actually feel like the Death Stranding games are very cozy games in an odd sense. Is this something that you can come back to and shut off your mind for a bit? Just take a package from one point, deliver it to the next, clear out a few bandit camps, talk to a few NPCs, and welcome back to our main base of operations, the DHV Magellan, where I believe we'll meet our patron, our mysterious patron, who we have not quite found yet.
Thank you, Sam.
Oh man, that would have been an experience, Bonjan.
Hello, Sam. My name is Charlie.
Charlie's Drawbridge's patron.
Hear me out, Sam. I want you to help us bring Australia into the network.
See, that weirdness, right? Weirdness in general.
This critical operation. People saw what you did in Mexico and wanted more of the same.
Sam's just going around the thing like...
What are you trying to pull?
There are reasons why I can't tell you who I am, Sam. But to be clear, I'm not APAS, nor am I your enemy.
What, you think I'm just gonna trust the words of some faceless mannequin?
I need you to trust me. I'm the one paying for the ship and this whole operation at considerable personal risk.
Nah, I want to see a face, or no deal.
A face, very well. Since you won't take it,
Nanomachines.
should come from someone you know. How's this? Pick one of your old comrades, and I'll speak to you with their voice. Who would you like? Who would you trust?
So the answer to this is actually Die Hard, man, and you can kind of choose the other options, and he'll disagree to it, which has made me think that it might actually be Die Hard, man. But for some reason, he's not going to say anything. And all four of these characters are actually people that Sam has met in the previous journey. But yeah, I'll just go through all the options and then just finally choose Die Hard, man, because that's the quote-unquote correct answer here.
Call me dead, man. I'm well acquainted with the dead.
It almost feels like you can choose it.
Last I heard, he took a one-way trip to the beach. Seems a little soon, don't you think?
Yeah, exactly. You can choose all of the other options.
It's been a while, but not really. Mulligan, Lochno, we're the same.
As I'm sure you are well aware, Mama's Khan now resides within Lochna. Adding my persona to the two sounds confusing. No, let's avoid that.
And finally, Hartman.
Sam, it's Hartman.
No point. The man himself will be joining you on site in Australia.
So yeah, all the options were wrong, which is why I think this might actually be just Die Hard, but... Oh, you didn't know it was Margaret Qualley? Yeah, I kind of understand, especially with how they've made her look a bit.
Sam, this is Die Hardman.
All right. Pulling up his profile from the database.
How about now, Sam? Feeling more at ease already, I'm sure.
You tell me, old buddy, if this is a UCA sanctioned op, who knows about it?
You misunderstand. Then again, there's a lot I still haven't explained to you, isn't there? I think it's time a certain someone made an appearance. I'd like you to meet the President.
The new president? The guy who took over after Die Hardman?
Not precisely. The UCA doesn't have a presidential system anymore. Die Hardman was the first and only president, making it one of the shortest-lived single executive administrations in history. One can only guess what he felt about it. Previously, the president was subject to the will of the people via a popular vote every 4 years. APAS, however, is far more efficient. It can ascertain public opinion in real time and thereby determine the appropriate course of action. This led to the adoption of a new model.
President guy? You just told me he isn't really the president.
He is not the president of the UCA. Rather, he serves as the president of APAC. APAC is a privately owned corporation responsible for the operation and oversight of APAS, a service provider to which we may delegate day-to-day governance.
Your performance in Mexico was exemplary. We cannot thank you enough. Well done. Truly. I firmly believe that the only ones capable of expanding the network into Australia...
Alright, Martin, thanks for dropping by. Hopefully you're okay as well. I haven't seen you stream in a while. Take care and good night.
And you too, Fragile. APAS has determined that you have the highest probability.
I'll probably be jumping off in a bit as well, because it's, again, past 11 p.m. and I really need some rest.
If you expand their reach beyond our
I just wanted to stream some more, because I haven't done it in like a few days.
A valid concern.
I feel that, Martin, because I have been at, like, the past few days I've actually been finishing around 10 p.m. and today it was 9:30 p.m. It's all like the past 3 days have just been really, really busy, and I'm guessing that even tomorrow it's kind of gonna be the same. But yeah, because I haven't streamed, I just felt like I need to do a bit before I call in. That's the only reason. So I failed you when you say that. Oh no, I think this is Alistair Duncan, right? Not Sean Connery.
But it wasn't the UCA that made the final decision.
Yeah, just to push the story a bit, right?
Corporation. The UCA has no involvement.
It's more that, Calyx, I kind of wanted to play the story a bit, and because I'm playing the story, I also wanted to share the experience, and that's why I was like, you know what? Let me stream while I play this.
Whoever in this matter. Sam, it may interest you to know that linking up Australia will also serve a greater goal. You see, the plate gate that connects North America and Australia only matured after you united America with the chiral network. On that basis, we believe that a new gate will manifest somewhere within Australia once full chiral connectivity is achieved. At that time, APAS should have sufficient data to calculate the location of other points of connection between continents. With this information, APAS can then proceed to extrapolate the positions of these landmasses. In other words, this mission is not just about linking up a single continent. By connecting Australia, we will be one step closer to reclaiming a pre-Death Stranding world where everyone is part of a greater whole.
Illuminati confirmed.
My answer alleviates your concern, somewhat.
Guess so. Tell me, though.
Rather than his ear-piecing, it's the little crab lapel that I keep
To
noticing.
ensure the operation proceeds according to plan. Our corporation, however, will calculate what factors are essential for your success and will provide you with direct support. Welcome aboard, Sam. Charlie, we'll take it from here.
And to be honest, he kind of feels like a villain from just the way he's talking sometimes.
It will be your job to travel the continent and connect the people, Sam. But know that everyone on this ship is ready and eager to back you up.
So this is kind of a weird thing. I have played a bit beyond this point, and I don't think anyone ever mentions Amelie at all. But then again, it's Sam is kind of tantamount to having visions. Even in the original game, he kind of saw stuff randomly, like ghosts and things he's come across. Even the first people in the first cutscene who die, if you mess with the sink and the mirror enough, you will actually see them in the mirror with Sam.
You won't be on your own this time.
So, you're gonna do it?
Kinda, right? I feel like the crew actually has it.
Seems like the only thing I'm good at.
Has the best intentions of Sam, right? Even though they're kind of hiding the fact that Lou is actually not inside the pod and all. A question I ask every day. I feel like there was another hack you could find this at this point in the game without it, but for some reason I don't have it, so yeah. On point. So I kind of wish like I was like Sam a few days. I just lay down and immediately fall asleep.
Did you manage to get some sleep, Sam? I'd like to take a moment to go over the details of the request that Drawbridge has agreed to handle. Access the DHV Magellan's delivery terminal when you're ready to proceed.
I'm forgetting a lot of stuff.
Looks like you've been supplied with the Drawbridge crew hat. Try it on for size. I have a feeling it'll suit your style.
Well, there we go. There's that hat without the why-me.
You know, it looks as though you've been issued a few different hats, Sam. Why not experiment and switch up your headgear to suit your mood? You can also change the outfit I'm wearing if you like. I shall put my faith in your impeccable sense of fashion.
I feel like that's a bad idea, Dolman.
It's not too much to ask that you continue to take me with you into the field. I know a thing or two about BTs and the dead, after all. Some of it might come in handy. Out of curiosity, Sam, did you notice that the mirror above your sink displays images of the outside world? These images change as we travel and actually show what's waiting for us outside the DHV Magellan when we disembark. Prolonged living inside an enclosed space can be bad for one's mental health due to the unchanging environment. That's why I asked Tarman to implement this particular feature. A digital photo frame, so to speak. An easy to understand name, don't you think? Though I'm the only one who calls it that. Anyway, it'll give you a preview of our surroundings. That's sure to have some practical benefits.
No worries, Calix. Take your time. The key is to not touch my phone. To be honest, I do touch my phone, but it's more like I put on a long-form video essay and then just listen to it and fall asleep. I've done it so many times, it's actually become a bit impossible for me to sleep without listening to something. You know what? Before we customize our look, first we're gonna get the drinks over here. Make sure stamina is maxed out. And a little message here. Oh yeah, I was wondering what these were, because you can actually see the symbols over there. And it kind of looks like dead people in burial shrouds. And they probably gave me the explanation before as well, but I completely forgot, and I'm like, what is that ominous screen over there? Yeah, let's grab a bite. Drink to max out our stamina here. Which I don't need to do too much because I already had quite a bit. Check on Lou for a bit, take a shower, put on our hat, and go to the next point. I'll probably stop today's stream when I do the delivery here. To the next main objective.
Everything's okay.
Oh wait, usually the skip one is slow if you're only gonna see something. Yeah, that was what I was about to say. And again, we're probably hallucinating something here. There you go. Yeah, this is what I mean. Sam tends to hallucinate stuff now and then. If you're not gonna encounter any of these, the skip button will move really, really fast. Yep. There we go. As you can see, I was able to immediately skip it. I don't think I've seen that cutscene last time either. That's completely random. Do I want the shades? The drawbridge hat. Well, let's go with the drawbridge hat for now. Like, Sam doesn't like it too much. He's like, okay, it's fine. And do I want to customize our look? Dolman's outfit. The only thing I can change is his suit at the moment, so I'll keep it default. Good old default.
Don't shoot! Don't shoot!
Another curious vision.
Yep. Again, pointing to the fact that this might be a different baby inside here and not necessarily Lou.
All right, Sam. Let me give you a rundown of your new job. The big one. It's the same deal as America. The people here are isolated. The cities are cut off from one another. And so, to bring all of Australia into the chiral network, we want you to cross the continent and link up key locations using your Cupid. To begin with, you'll connect several facilities in sequence on your way to the closest city to here, West Fort Knott. Charlie will brief you on the order that will take you to the first facility.
Your first destination is home to what they're calling the government. They seek to establish a new administration to fill the void left by Australia's collapse. As the concept of formal governance is a distant memory to most, they opted for a simple name. These people are currently suffering from the effects of severe chiral contamination. But with UCA technology, they should be able to make a full recovery. The cargo you'll be entrusted with contains everything they need for their treatment. If we can deliver it and earn their trust, they should be amenable to joining the chiral network. Needless to say, it's their business to know the current lay of the land, and we would benefit from their support. We're already seeing anomalous chiralium readings throughout Australia. There's even a BT area not far from where we are now. A BB pod should allow you to use your Ultra deck to ascertain the location of BTs, but it's unclear if that pod will function correctly at this time. Proceed with the utmost caution.
Charlie may be our patron, but he likes to get his hands dirty whenever he can. He's been an excellent advisor to us as well. I say this to assure you that any instructions Charlie gives have been discussed with and approved by me. All right, let's get to it. Review the details of the main order on the delivery terminal.
Updating with new data supplied by network coverage.
Oh, we actually have to go through BT territory. I might need to stop for today then, because I feel like this is actually going to take a while. Right. Thankfully, there's like a timeful shelter here provided by someone. And I do recall that this particular route is actually a bit on the rocky side, so we'll need ladders and climbing equipment to go through here. There really isn't a route per se that you can take. Especially once you hit this territory, it's going to be full of spirits, so you kind of need to be able to climb and escape on other potential routes. It's a very direct route though, so
Route creation.
I guess we could go this way as well. But I'm gonna head to this timeful shelter first, and then we'll see if we can just directly cross to the government area.
Delivery route finalized.
And a couple of ladders. We have one PCC gun. 2 container repair sprays, because that's always nice to have. 1 blood grenade 2. Oh, I do not actually have enough materials to do this. I should have done this over there. Resins. Okay, I guess I'm gonna have to remove you. And you. Now we have just enough. It's a large package too.
Sam, this is Charlie. APAS has been analyzing your actions so far, and it seems it's added some new upgrades tailored to your preferred way of working. It's my understanding that additional servers are currently being installed on several beaches, which should result in a marked increase in APAS's processing power. Due to the timeless nature of the beach, the potential to boost APAS's capabilities is infinite. Its analysis will therefore grow more comprehensive as you complete more orders, meaning you can expect additional enhancements to become available soon. Experiment with them and see what you like.
I guess I should have actually taken my vehicle from the other side as well, but we'll get that later. We'll probably go back to Mexico and get it. And now we have the APAS enhancements.
Are now available.
Basically your skill tree. Not exactly sure what we should be going for, to be honest. We can get one more. No, maybe, yeah, one more probably. So with that for now, there's really no reason why you can't actually do anything else. Unfortunately, I'll probably have to call it for tonight. Already like 11:15 over here. And I'd rather just get some early rest tonight. Yeah, let's take a look at the Australian landscape and then I'll call it for the night. Just very rocky, as you can see. But yeah, that's gonna be it for me for tonight. It's been a very short stream. I know I usually like to make it at least 2 hours or 3 hours, but today we're gonna have to do with only one. If anyone's watching, take care and good night. I will be actually just flopping onto bed and just calling it for the day. Let's make sure we save though before I kick the bucket here. Not literally, but still. Alright then everyone, good night and take care.